Hello, hello, hello. Here on Saturday, August the 3rd. I was like, I think it's Saturday. Like, I'm even more confused than I was before about what day it is. I was like, I'm pretty sure it's Saturday, right? Yeah, Saturday. I've been doing a lot. I actually did go to, like, bed yesterday and slept until my alarm went off this morning at 9 for me to take my medication. So, been taking those as instructed. I was just checking to see. It's 7:20, so I'm supposed to take it at like 9 o'clock and 9 o'clock. So I've just been sitting here. Of course, I did doze off on the couch for a bit too. I got food. I ate some noodles, of course. Trying to get through some General Hospital while I'm sitting here. I did sleep through some of that, but that's okay. It's kind of boring right now anyway. But yeah, that's pretty much been my day. I was thinking it's like, I don't know, maybe not today, maybe over the next couple days, like maybe once the sun goes down, maybe like, try to take a walk around the block, maybe. Get out, stay active, move around a little bit, I mean, I would have been moving around a lot if I had went to Omaha, but that's neither here nor there. Marilee did try to, well, they weren't able to call me from the Museum of Shadows. I had a feeling they wouldn't be able to, because it's like, no photos, no video, whatever. But I guess she did try to call me from some toy store or something that they went to, some kind of antiques toy store that they went to. And I missed another call from her at some point. I don't know what she was trying to call me for there, but I have my phone on silent. I mean, always when I'm at home, I have my phone on silent because I don't want it bugging me, all my notifications and stuff, like, no. But, so I thought, well, maybe not today. Maybe, especially maybe a couple days before I go back to work or whatever. Maybe go out and take a walk around the, maybe at like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning when the sun's down and it should be cooler. Taking a little walk around the block or something, just to kind of, because I mean that's the real test, I think, of because I was fine even the other day when I was sitting down and not doing anything. It was when I was up and walking around. Of course, I've been doing a lot of up and walking around, even the day I got out of the hospital. We ended up parking at. I don't know if I told you all. We ended up going to. I think I mentioned we went to. Cracker Barrel. We ended up parking at the end of the. We ended up parking at the end of the building, so we had to walk all the way to the other end of the building to get in the. I mean, I've been doing fine ever, with the walking and ever since. And I was just up. I was just up for a while. I showered, obviously. If you've been watching me on a daily basis, you can see I look a little pretty. I did something I wasn't supposed to do because my little packet. It said to use an electric razor when you shaved instead of a regular. But I don't have one, so. And it's like my face was itchy. I was ready to get rid of all this crap all over me, so. I went ahead and did what I had to, but I mean, I might have left some. The butt chin is kind of hard to, like, sometimes I have to, like pull it apart and like get in there with the razor, and that's when I end up usually cutting myself, is trying to get all this stuff inside the butt chin. So it's like, I was like, I'll just leave that for now. It can stay. I don't have to. I'm not going anywhere till Thursday, so that's when I go back to work. So, like, what does it matter, So it's like, I'll just leave it for this week. Maybe worry about it next week. But yeah, I did find a new bruise, and of course I have the one. Actually, I don't know if you can tell. It kind of looks like my whole hand is a bruise, like right there. I guess if you don't want to see bruising, skip this next part, like go to a different tab, or or look at something else for a minute while I'm showing off my bruising. It kind of looks like the whole hand is a bruise. I didn't notice that until, you know, the lighting is much better in my bathroom, obviously. And then I found this one on my shoulder because I kind of forgot. I think they, because my veins were so shitty, I think at one point they were trying to draw from a vein up here. And like, speaking of shitty veins, I don't know, can you see that? No, because it's not turned around correctly. Let me turn my, yeah, there you go. Now you can see the shitty veins on that arm, and then the shitty veins on this arm are even worse. Like, I think I might even have one up here by my, well, they didn't do my wrist. They were threatening to do somebody made a joke a couple times about, you know, going in through the toes or whatever, but I guess like this area right here is very tender, and they didn't want to do that to me. So nobody tried to draw blood from like right here or anything. Hello, Minxes. So, and now this is not a dick pic, but I am going to show you. I took a picture of my groinial area where they did the incision to, you know, to shove the tube up inside me. So, I mean, it's just basically bruising. It doesn't look bad. It doesn't really look gross. There's like a blood blister thing or something on my leg. But I'm just saying, if you don't want to see it, once again, look away for just a minute while I show this to you. But yeah, see, that's where the incision was, and that's like the little blood blistery thing that popped up. I think I had an adverse reaction to the you know, the stuff, the whatever it was that they were putting on me, like the Band-Aids, the giant Band-Aids and stuff that they were, you know, doing to, because they asked if I was allergic to latex, and I'm like, as far as I know, I'm not. What did you... She's moving things. Or she's having something pop up that doesn't need to pop up. My little start bar or whatever. But yeah, so they asked me if I had an allergy against latex, and I'm like, I don't know. I was like, not that I know of, but it's like, I mean, you know, obviously with that little blood blistery thing. By the way, I'm done showing gross pictures of bruises if you want to come back over here and look at my pretty face, because it's right here. It's not bruised, at least. But, yeah, I took those pictures and I shared them on Facebook in case anybody wanted to see. But I put it in the comments just in case, you know, once again, people didn't want to, they could just scroll right on by and not have to see any of that stuff. But, so that's basically all I have accomplished today is I did take a shower. I did, you know, I only had one Band-Aid because there is kind of right here on my pelvis, was another one of those blood blister things, but it actually popped. So it was, you know, it was kind of a little bit bleedy. So I used one of Mom's Band-Aids, whatever day it was, Friday. Did she bring me back Friday? I don't know what days are days. Did I get back yesterday? Maybe? I don't know. No, it would have been Thursday. Because Mom brought me back, and we had payday lunch with everybody before Marilee and Sean and Marilee's friend Hannah left for Omaha. So that was a couple days ago. Since but I only had one Band-Aid, so hopefully it gets good and healed up, because it's like, I guess I could DoorDash some. I could have some delivered. I don't know. Should I need to, or I guess have somebody bring me some when Marilee gets back from Omaha. Maybe it's like, hey, drop me off some Band-Aids, would you? Some big-ass Band-Aids. But But anyway, yeah. So it hasn't been very lively around here. It's been sleeping, watching TV, sitting, resting, and a shower is about all I have really accomplished. So, yay. But other than that, I ate my everything bagel. My last one of those. But said it was good until 2025, so hell, maybe I should have held on to it for a little bit longer and sold it for like $1 million or something ridiculous. Help me with some medical bills, maybe. But anyway, so let's see what the third is. What was the last thing you borrowed from someone? What was the last thing I borrowed from someone? I don't know. I don't generally borrow things from people. I don't really have a whole lot of reason to, I guess. I've had people say, hey, you should watch this movie. Even though I tell them, I'm like, I hardly ever watch movies. They just kind of sit there and never get watched. But my one friend, he did get his movie back. It was months and months and months later. And it was Tombstone. He's like, oh, you gotta watch Tombstone. I'm like, I'm not really much of a Western person. And I finally did watch it so I could get it back to him. Because I didn't ask to borrow it. He was just like, oh, here, you have to watch this. You have to watch this. And I'm kind of like, even though I told him, I'm like, I'm not really into Westerns. And he's like, oh, you don't have to like Westerns to like Tombstone, blah, 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 blah. And I was kind of like, I mean, I did eventually finally watch it. After months and months and months of it sitting there. And me, like I told him, I'm like, I don't watch movies very often. Like, I was like, I don't know that I'm interested in this movie, and I don't watch movies very often. And he still was like, oh, here's my copy. Watch it sometime. And I'm like, okay. So, after months and months and months of having it, I finally did watch it. It's kind of like, Now, my other friend, what was it? It was some sci-fi movie. Oh, shit. It starts with E. I don't know. All I remember is it's a sci-fi movie, like a sci-fi action movie. And he's like, oh, this was a different friend. And once again, I told him, I'm like, oh, I never watch movies. I hardly ever watch movies. I don't, but he gave me his copy, and he's like, oh, here, watch it sometime, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay. That was years ago. I still have it. Because I kind of lost touch with him. I don't even know if he's still around here. I had his phone number at one point, but, yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen him in a long time. Because he used to pop up. He kind of disappeared for a little while, and then he showed back up. Of course, this is when Walmart was 24 hours, but, so sometimes I'd run into him, like, late at night, but yeah, he kind of disappeared again, and I haven't seen him in years. I still have his movie, even though I told him, do not give this to me. I was like, I'll watch it sometime, but like on my own terms, I guess. Maybe sometime. I was like, so I still have his copy of that movie, and he brings it up. Like the last time he saw me, he's like, you still have my movie, don't you? And I'm like, yep. I told you, don't give this shit to me. But because I don't even know if he still worked with us. When he let me borrow that movie, or not let me borrow that movie, thrust it upon me, like, oh, here, you gotta watch this, kind of like, okay. And yeah, I still have it, years later. Like, I couldn't even tell you, it's probably been at least 5 or 6 years since I've seen him, and I have no idea how long I've had that movie since then. was like, don't give this shit to me. Don't give this shit to me. But I've always been pretty bad about buying movies and then never actually watching them. You know, even stuff like that, like I want to watch, you know, I'll buy, and then it'll sit around forever before I actually watch it, you know. So that's just how it be. So, but I mean that's stuff that people made me borrow. It's not things that I asked to borrow. That was just things that, like I said, were thrust upon me. And like, oh, here, watch this. And I'm like, okay. I'm not going to, but, or it's going to take me forever to fucking watch it, if I ever watch it. But, I mean, you're the one that made me take this movie. So, yeah, I can't think of the last thing that I borrowed from anybody. If ever. If ever I borrowed anything from anyone. It's not like I got married, you know, it's like something borrowed, something blue, whatever. That's more for the bride than the groom, though. So, I can't honestly think of... I mean, I'm sure I had to have, at some point, borrowed something from someone. But what it was and how long ago it was, I could not tell you. So I guess this is a non-answer question thing. I don't know. I don't know, man. Yeah, I don't know. Got nothing, I suppose. So anyway, there's that. But yeah, sorry, can't tell you. But anyway, there's that. I guess I'm going to get this uploaded, maybe watch some more General Hospital. I'm only like a week behind now. That's the most caught up I've been in a long time, I think. But I've got a few more days to sit around and do nothing, so maybe I'll watch some movies. Who knows? Maybe. I got plenty of drag queens to watch from all over the world. So, anyway, that's, I guess, what I'm going to do, and I'll see you for when I see you.